The only game anybody cared to discuss for most of the first half of 2022 was Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a one-of-a-kind game created by the Japanese developer From Software. It did win the Game of the Year for 2022 at the Game Awards, solidifying its place among the best video games ever created. Getting lost in the world of Elden Ring is without a doubt its strongest selling point. I liked how the game lets you choose to either follow the main path or go off in any way because a surprising amount of the map is unlocked as soon as you begin playing. With the open world's limitless possibilities, you can make your own thrilling journey by choosing the locations you want to explore and the enemies you want to battle. Not to mention that it's all packed with secrets, mysterious dungeons, menacing monsters, and interesting characters. The game's actual plot is largely hidden and difficult to fully understand. Players create their own character, then set out to claim the Elden Ring and then become the Elden Lord. Now, the main story might take you between 40 to 60 hours to complete, but you can definitely expect a 60-hour playthrough if you want to finish all the side quests, which are somewhat time-consuming. I felt compelled to explore every inch of the game, so it took me a little over 110 hours to finish. But the funny thing is that if you don't explore the full game properly, you could miss huge sections of it. Elden Ring is a gorgeous game that puts many others to shame in terms of aesthetics. Everything is extremely detailed, from the landscapes, the architecture, the character designs, and awesome animations, such as when rain and lightning strike the ground or trees blowing in the wind. Something so simple, but it just adds that extra layer of dimension. The same can be said for the audio. Elden Ring has an incredible selection and level of audio quality. Various ambient noises, such as falling water in caves, or the weird eerie screams of dead maidens, and many other audio cues, such as when a boss is ready to strike, or the yell of troops as they march towards you. They're not only very well done, but also a crucial component of the game and the experience. Combat offers a lot of variation, and this game experimenting with different builds is one of the most enjoyable things to do, whether you put a higher priority on strength or devote more attention to the more magical elements of the game. And thanks to the scale of Elden Ring, there's more build variety than ever. Any build you can imagine is not only possible, but also effective, thanks to the abundance of weapons, spells, and talismans. The more common sword and shield combo is still reliable, but magical skills now are more crucial than ever. There are plenty of spells that may be used to down enemies from range, and with Ashes of War, there's even more options. Now, Ashes of War are special skills tied to weapons that dramatically increase your ability to fight by delivering a new type of attack that may be summoned if you have enough FP. Not to mention the Spirit Ashes, which are a form of summon. Few examples include a skeleton army, a pack of wolves, or even an exact copy of your character. They are essential during battles, mostly because they fight alongside you, but they also draw the enemy's attention away from you while you heal or launch a volley of attacks from behind. When your Spirit Ashes are fully upgraded, they will usually just rip through the enemy without you even having to do anything. Speaking of assistance, the game also allows you to call upon NPCs or other players to aid you in surviving those difficult boss battles. Bosses not only alter their weapons throughout phase changes, but they also modify their attack patterns and even change the arena you're fighting in to fit their more powerful abilities. There's an absurd amount of dungeons to explore in the game in addition to hundreds of optional bosses. Although it's incredible how many of them they were able to fit on the map, they can become repetitive after a while. The first few are fun to explore, but after that you'll quickly realize that the layouts are rather simple and that many of them resemble each other. Common issue in open world games is constant texture pop-in. It happened to me a lot when I was fast traveling to a site of grace, but it did also happen a lot when I was just riding about. Despite being able to view the scenery from far away, it takes a few seconds for the greenery at your feet to load in. Next are the loading screens. It makes sense when you're fast traveling across the world, but it doesn't make sense when you're just using a key to pass a magical barrier that moves you a few steps forward. The absence of a map combined with the game's open design make it difficult to know where you're supposed to go next. Since no missions or objectives appeared on my screen, all that drove me was my sense of wonder, which led me into high-level areas where I encountered bosses I had no business fighting at my current level and obviously died and lost all of my runes. I know for many of you this might not be a problem, but for me the biggest problem I have with this game is that you simply can't pause, and let me explain why. See, I can't sit and play a game for hours on end as I used to be able to. I'll have to leave the game on occasion to go do something else for a couple minutes, so typically I'll just pause and return to the game. Except with this game, I can't even pause it, which is infuriating. I know it's probably because you can play online and do invasions and whatever else, but the co-op doesn't interest me at all. I prefer playing by myself solely because I can go at my own speed, so it's definitely a single player experience for me. So I guess I really want to know the actual reason as to why they couldn't implement a pause function for the people who strictly want to play offline. Like some random enemy might pop up out of nowhere and kill me before I finish doing what I had to get up and do for a few minutes. It just makes a frustrating situation even more aggravating. Although none of these problems are game-breaking, it could still benefit from some general improvements. So hopefully some of these problems will be resolved in the future, whether it be in this game or a sequel. Now on to the most important question. Is Elden Ring worth the hype? Absolutely. I would recommend it to everybody, regardless of the price, since it's worth it. Now don't get me wrong, this game will definitely annoy you, but it is also a lot of fun. It's an incredible open world game with loads of things to do, and although the initial hype may have went away, I'd be insane if I didn't rank it as one of the most amazing games that I've played in a while. It's as special now as it was back when it first dropped, and it's definitely a game for the ages. I have no idea how the developer will be able to one-up this game, but in the meantime, I'll keep enjoying Elden Ring. But that's all I got, and as always, thank you, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys in the next video.